Hello, it's me. How are you? Let me just quickly update the YouTube stream. And the thumbnail for it. So plan then is in 3 minutes to load F124 for the very first time on stream and start playing the brand new driver career for the very first time on stream and ever doing anything ever. I do need to add a new source, which is going to be an image. Add new source. Let's call it SRC. Bear with. Let's move that into place there maybe? Or to the side? Correct me if I'm wrong, Darren, but I believe your driver rating might actually transfer from game to game. Luke, thank you for the follow, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Right, what? Tom, thank you for the 30th month, my man. Appreciate that very much. About me. Right. What I also need to do is on my Stream Deck get the right software up. Where is it? There we go. And then get my software up. No, I don't want that. I want source instead. And monitor. It is indeed 4 o'clock. Here we go for the very first time, my friends.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Gonna get a copyright struck for this, and I don't care. Boom, 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 boom. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to F124. Brand new driver career is about to begin, starting at 37, that left toggle was too much. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let's update the screen behind me. Lift and coast through the pit lane for a start. Bahrain Grand Prix is what we'll have it read behind me. F1 24. Let me just quickly, just in case it comes up with any personal details. I just want to quickly hide the screen whilst we agree to all of the user agreement and stuff. So we will be doing a 100% race distance driver career with, well, starting with Haas F1. And we are going to see what life is like post Nico Hulkenberg at Haas F1. You'll notice there is a new logo above me as well. That's SRC Sim Racing Centre. Yes, crossplay please. I do have another affiliateship. I will be getting all of my setups from SRC. If you guys... Oh, I'm going to need to turn that... No, please don't. No, I would like to not get copyright struck by real life music, please. Audio. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Theme. Ah, thank God for that. And then actually we'll just turn the music off altogether, I think. Oi, oi, oi. Right, let's get everything here set up initially. Steering assist off, please. Braking assist off. ABS on. Traction control off. Racing line 3D, corners only. Gearbox automatic, yes. Sorry, I'm that bad. Everything else off. MPH, minimap full map. Delta time on. Started rearview mirror on. Permanent session timer on. Always display objective panel off. Some settings we will. Sure. I was just seeing if there was a particles one in there. Turn the music down. Definitely want that ABS on. Right, it's going to be a learning curve, obviously, as ever, with a brand new game. How good do the player thingies look, though? Player faces, so to speak. Thank you, Jahid. Appreciate it, dude. Oh my god, I got a VIP podium pass. Kazuman, thank you for the follow, and Ash. Oh. Redemption failed, because I paused it up. Safety rating can be transferred. A one-way import complete. So you can move your driver safety rating from 23 to 24 to save you having to build it back up again. So if you were A before, you will be able to be A again. Of course, this is the early access version, so if there are any bugs, etc., we are pre a day one patch, so do factor that in. Loser's forehead. My God. Yes, sizable forehead. No, not Chesnoy Racing goes vroom. We are going to be driver careering. Right, let's hit record, shall we? Oh dear. Let me close the window actually now we've cooled the office down a little bit. The whole neighbourhood don't need to hear me going do they? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to F1 24's brand new driver career here on the Chesnoy Plays channel. We'll be cracking on today with Haas as our first team, but of course with all the new features in driver career this year, we may well not be at Haas for future seasons, with secret meetings available in Driver Career this year, a fully revamped Driver Career. All told, it's going to be something that we've not yet experienced in the past on the F1 career mode scene. So very much looking forward to getting stuck in. Please do drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Of course, all of the usual YouTuber pluggy things out of the way. Links in the description to the stream as well. We stream this series live on Twitch and on my YouTube streaming channel as well. So do come across and join me there. Alternatively, feel free to wait here for your... Let me start that again. Sorry, I should have turned that off for the first intro of this first episode. That's my bad. Appreciate the subscription, said Darwin. Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to episode 1 of the brand new F1 24 driver career mode here on the all-new career mode in the driver career for F1 24. We will be starting at Haas, but with secret meetings being a new feature on top of a number of new features for the first time in a while for driver career on F1 career mode, we will be perhaps not at Haas for all of the seasons we'll be involved with here. You can see that the drivers look fantastic now with their all new face scans. We're going to be diving in this first episode to our 100% race distance driver career. Do drop the video a like and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more, all the usual YouTuber pluggy stuff. Links in the description down below to my Twitch and the YouTube streaming channel as well, where we'll be live streaming all of this save, as well as obviously you guys getting edited highlights here on the Chisno Plays channel as well. I have hired an editor for this F1 content, so there may be a day or two delay between episode 1 that I'm going to edit and episode 2 and onwards once I've got the footage to my editor, but rest assured there will be multiple episodes of this every week for the foreseeable future. 100% career mode, also creator series content as well. I'm in F2 this year, and you may be lucky enough to see a co-op career mode at some point during this F1 cycle as well. So very, very much looking forward to this F1 cycle, and hopefully it will be the best F1 cycle we've had in our YouTube career. Driver career, though, is where we start today. We will be skipping straight to Formula 1, of course, full season as ever. No, sorry, Natalie, we just want the custom settings. Thank you, appreciate it, thank you very much. As we say, 100% race distance. My settings are as you see them on the screen there. That's how I prefer to race. But obviously, you guys can race however the hell you like. We will start with the AI difficulty where we left it last year. It is a brand new game. I do anticipate not being quick enough to begin with. But we'll start at 105. Wish me luck. Right. Weather is always approximate for us. Driver moves are on. R&D management is on. We'll leave everything to default with regards to resources. But we will have all faults turned on. We did that last year. It went down very well indeed. We will do so again this year as well. Formation lap on. We will have red flags on this year for the first time ever. I believe they're fixed. We shall find out in due course. Of course, safety car and formation lap and parc fermé are on. I use flashbacks. It's entirely up to you whether you use flashbacks or not. People can play however the hell they like. Manual race starts. Tyre temperature will be surface and carcass, as realistic as we can get it. Car damage will be sim, because that's the way that we do things. And of course, with the new AI retraining and with the new tyre management in-game and the way that tyres are different this year, it's going to be a lot different in terms of managing our tyres and managing strategies throughout the course of the season. So it's going to be a really intriguing first year. We will confirm these settings. 105 AI is probably a terrible decision, but we have the opportunity to decide it in between sessions. So we shall qualify on 105, and if we are 5 seconds off the pace, then maybe we'll drop it a little bit. But I'm going to be driving as me. You can this year drive as an official driver again, as you used to be able to a few years ago. In addition to that, there is new real-life driver radio calls when you crash out and when you cross the line. So you only get those when you're driving as the real-life driver. So in this save, driving as a created me. We won't have those, but I will do some content this year with real life drivers so you can get that involved on the channel as well. But for this one, we're going to be driving as a custom driver. I'm going to go and make me. I'm going to set everything else up behind the scenes, and I'll see you in Bahrain. You can use F2 drivers, yes. Yeah, speaking of having an editor, if you guys would like to subscribe to the channel or join the Patreon, that'd be lovely. Thank you for the follow, Brett. I am paying an editor for the very first time, despite... Well, basically, I'm taking a financial risk, hoping that the F1 content does very well this year. We shall wait and see if it does or not. I can never remember which guy I actually drive with. I think it was that guy last year, wasn't it? Or was it this guy? It wasn't that guy. I could try and drive... Oh, no, it was him. That's who we used last year. There are esports drivers in here as well, so you will see Jano Otmir, etc. around if you want to use his face. Let's use that guy. Country and region. Keep things realistic, so Great Britain is our country and region. Player name is going to be Chris Wood. And my 3-letter initials are going to be Woo. I don't know if there is a Wood audio name. No, there should be. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Aha. Probably should have see.
Wood.
Probably should have tried to check if it went around the other way, didn't it? Driver number. Now, I always like to drive with 28 because it's my birthday, which is fucking today. So, cheers. Potentially, Ollie, yes. But it's going to take a few months to figure that out.
Hey, I'm Elena.
Hello,
I'll be
Elena.
your agent for your sure to be
So we
legendary
have
career
an
in
agent. Now,
F1.
this is new this year.
Great to meet
We
you.
have driver
Now that we've
ratings.
introduced ourselves,
You, as
we'll
a
see what you
custom
now
player,
have
have
to
driver
provide.
ratings.
These will be tied
Forgive me
to
for
the
talking over
entirety of your
Elena,
career
but my
and
driver
track
rating
progress.
is
As you perform
not
well
great
on
right
track.
now. So
These-
we'll just quickly skip that. It is pretty straightforward how you understand the driver ratings. Those ratings will fluctuate as we go through. Obviously, accolades will accrue as we move through our season and seasons through our save, and hopefully we won't be 65 rated for long, but it is an RTG save, so to speak. I'll continue creating my guy, and I'll see you in Bahrain, unless there's anything else I need to bring to your attention. You guys already know that I'm going to go for a yellowy goldy style helmet. That's what we'll do. That looks like quite a sick helmet, to be fair. You've got one podium emote.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one. Woo! Yes, 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 guys, yes! Come on, boys! Woo! Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
On to the next one. That's what we'll go for. Right. Academy Select. Now this is a new feature as well. Of course, at the moment, we are planning on driving as a Haas driver who will be, or are part of the Ferrari Academy. You can choose to not be part of an academy, but obviously it will affect your recognition with the associated teams, as you can read on your screen there. So it would be great if we could move from Haas ultimately to Ferrari, but what we do in our save with regards to the decisions we make, the secret meetings we do or don't have, our capability on track will decide whether someone like Ferrari might be interested in me or ultimately might not be interested in me later on down the line. But we will be driving at Haas. We shall advance.
Closely together to get
Yes, thank you, Elena. I am fully aware of everything on this front. Thank you very much. I can explain the recognition to the audience myself. Thank you very much. So you'll notice recognition at Red Bull will be rather heavily weighted in Max Verstappen's favour, as you might well imagine. Now, what your recognition does is affects who gets the priority with regards to upgrades, who can determine the direction taken with upgrades, and ultimately what sort of bonuses you get as a driver. We will be starting at the side that are effectively the worst on the grid, although my recognition will be better than it would be at some of the others, but not the best it possibly could be, which would be RB. But I'm not going to be racing at RB. I'm going to be racing at MoneyGram Haas F1 team. Now, my teammate is going to be Kevin Magnussen. Nico Hulkenberg is leaving Haas to go, everybody suspects, I'm not sure if it's official yet, to Audi in 2026. This will be the discovery of what life at Haas is going to be like without Nico. Ultimately, it may well be without Kevin as well throughout the course of real life in the next couple of seasons. But for the time being, we know that Nico's leaving. Kevin's future hangs in the balance. So Kevin will be my teammate. And there is me in my Haas uniform in front of my Haas car to go and kick some Haas in Bahrain. Or more accurately, probably get my Haas kicked. This isn't Bahrain. This is Monaco. And I have a funny feeling that's going to be me. Hello, me.
Finally.
This isn't where I live, is it?
For real.
It might be.
Sorry it took so long.
That is okay, Elena.
You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on. Come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff, merchandising, likeness, blah, 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 but the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you.
Okay. Where do I sign? I've kind of already decided I want to be at Haas. But there are certain aspects we need to decide upon that will affect
the team are expecting
the way the team view us throughout the course of the season.
And so am I. Here, we will be setting you a contractual target with the team, so that this progress can be tracked by both parties. Here, you can view your current... Your current rating has been used as a starting point. Move this slider to set your target for next season. A higher target requires consistently good results at each race weekend.
Which isn't that likely for me, but we'll give it a go to try and keep things growing in the right direction. It recommends 69 giggity. I will put 70. It is my ambition to grow by 5 ratings this season. I'm tied to a 1-season contract for this first year, but in future seasons you'll be able to negotiate longer term contracts if you so wish. And I'm happy to sign there. I want to go from 65 to 70 throughout the course of this 24 race Formula 1 calendar and hopefully become the better recognised driver in the process. Let's give it a go. We're signing on the dotted line.
Signed. We are on the Formula 1 grid for 2024. That sounds awesome to say. Time to go crush that target. I'll see you soon.
We're off. Finally, maybe, I think, potentially, no. To number 47, insert whatever road you live on street. And eventually, I will get on that plane to Bahrain. Get me there now. This is Monaco as well, I think, given the castle in the background. This must be the new
Quickly,
driver
before
pad.
we gear up for the first race this season, a couple of things.
Oh, okay.
Throughout your career, driver details contains all the important.
Yeah. We can discover this on our own, can't we? Mailbox, stay informed.
Your specialists are a team of experts. Completing these, you can see each selecting a.
Yes. So specialists are new this year. This is a way that you can help grow your reputation, your capability on track, and help improve the car and the team as well. I only have one specialist available at the moment. There is a goal available for the manufacturing expert specialist, and
Each
that being complete the race weekend or participate in or skip/simulate 3 sessions during a race weekend. So we're definitely going to do that. There's obviously 3 different levels, as you can see there, all of which will have various different rewards for completing them. But we will look to complete the race weekend and then move forward from there.
This icon
Yes.
Welcome to your contracts hub.
Thanks.
Here, you'll be able to view your current contract.
Yep. So I'm at 65 currently. We have set a target of 70, but I need to at least maintain 60 to keep my seat, which should be very much doable at Haas, I would imagine. As we move through, I'm going to get her pop up every now and again for every thing, so forgive this for a second. But rivalry is going to be with our teammate, obviously. The first person you want to beat on an F1 grid is your teammate. You'll also have a championship rival and a driver rating rivalry. So someone that's rated around about the same as yourself. I imagine in the early stages that will probably be Logan Sargent. But there are different tiers of intensity, and we will discover those as we go along the way.
This graph will show you how your driver rating. Finally, you can select drivers from the.
So in comparison, my first rival is probably going to be the 70 rated Logan Sargent. You can see the F2 drivers here are in the mid to late 60s as well. About myself, there are some that are slightly lower rated as well. And customization wise, we don't need to do anything on that front. R&D is relatively the same, other than obviously your teammate now has more of an impact on it. But we don't yet have the resource points to do anything with that. And you can see what Kevin is doing with his resource points as well as mine. That's new this year as well. Obviously the progress chart we are in, on paper, the worst car, but hopefully not for long. Some resource points added for me and for Kevin Magnussen as well. And this is brand new for this year as well. A brand new cinematic for the grid reveal. Something you see in real life. And now for the first time, we see in game 2. The driver faces look so good now, don't they? Definitely an improvement on previous years. Piastri and his floppy hair. Hey, me! Hello, me! Hello, Max. Please don't batter me by too much. Yikes. Yeah, weirdly, they are all the same height. No, Ocon and Tsunoda. So that looks a little strange, but maybe that's some feedback we can give, and they'll change it in the future, who knows. The chassis is on paper the worst part of the car, supposedly. Years.
Okay,
years.
for each department.
Years. So K-Mag has spent his resource points already on weight reduction for the cockpit. That's great. That was the area of the car I was going to look to improve on as well, considering the chassis is the worst part of the supposed car. Durability is Not somewhere we're going to prioritise at this stage. Powertrain is decent because, of course, we have a Ferrari powertrain. So I will spend my points on the aero side of the car. Initially, I'm probably going to work with Kevin Magnussen, but ultimately I will try and dictate the direction that the team take with their upgrades. But front downforce is going to be important. I don't have enough funds at the moment to do it, but that will be my first port of call once I have some extra resource points, which I should get in a few days' time as we advance here. We'll get our weekly resource points. I can then, actually, yeah, 88 will just be enough to then be able to apply that. K-Mag has done some as well. Oh, it's available for K-Mag. It's available for me as well. We know that K-Mag has already done that one. I'm going to do this one. Standard, 20 days. It'll be ready for Australia, but we won't have an updated front wing adjustment bracket for Bahrain or Jeddah. Not to worry. Now then, we are going to track. Just first race weekend, new save things. Some very silent keyboards there. Myself and K-Mag getting set up. I recognise that screen, do you? Here we go. What's the weather going to be like? Oh, thank the Lord, it's dry in Bahrain. Would you, Adam and Eve it? Now then, I will be using some custom setups for this season. You'll notice above me, Sim Racing Centre. There will be a link in the description, and there is a link in the About tab of the Twitch page where you can find those setups. They are paid setups, so do be aware of that. I get 5% discount with the code Chesnoid at SRC. So live chat, if you want to do !setups, that will send you a link to that. But for now, I'm going to go and put my setup on, off camera, obviously, and then we shall head to practice. Or we'll head to practice, and then I'll put my setup on behind camera.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important...
Yeah, free practice.
Okay, mate, this is the first running of the real car. Now, I know it's a big ask, but let's get some useful data and get you used to how the practice sessions work. Let's start the season as we mean to go on, eh? I know we can have a great year, so let's go.
Murat, thank you very much for the Prime Gaming sub, mate. It's very kind of you, mate. Apologies, I missed it a few minutes ago. Don't need the tutorial, thank you. Got the practice programs that we will do, but first things first, I need to put a setup on. But first things first, you're not allowed to see it, I'm afraid. Apologies. If you would like the F124 setups for yourselves, then you can get them on SRC. Bear with, I'm just putting the setup on now. Hello, Imi, I'm back. Well, we'll go and do the track acclimatization in just a second. Let me have a quick toilet break, and then hopefully we should be able to just crack on for the rest of the day. Thank you, Bros, for gifting a subscription to the channel, mate. It's very kind of you. It's gone to Bam Hanuel, and I do need to turn alerts back on now as well. So thank you for that, mate. It's very good of you. Right, I'll be back in literally 2 minutes, and then we will be on track for the very first time. BRB. Appreciate your patience. Let's crack on. Let's crack on. And before I die. This could be my first laps at Bahrain. Just double check everything. Audio stuff. Onboard mix, driver or broadcast. I can never remember which one I used to have. Speaker type, headphones. Not sure what spatial audio is. Oh my god! I'm in control for the first time. I also need to camera customization. No, on-screen display. Oh, MFD. I want to move the MFD, don't I? Here. See, time, no, time is fine, pit window's fine, connection warning icon's fine, message system, put that at the top, move your mirror, put that there, actually I'll just hide that. I know where I'm going. Tutorial notifications. Hidden. Favorite goals. Minimap. Time sectors. Well, that should be confirmed changes. I'll edit more off screen, but
Clear precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
I'm imagining I'm probably going to have to lower the difficulty, but we shall wait and see how things go.
Okay, DRS zone coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
Does feel very different this year. So let me try the audio in Driver, see if that sounds slightly better. No, it doesn't. It sounds muffled. Missed it. Very responsive on the front end with this new setup, new physics model, should I say. There is an update coming in the not too distant future that is making changes to the handling, significant changes to the handling. To make it better, to address some of the complaints that we've seen from the community during the beta phase. So do be aware of that. The game is going to get significantly better than it currently is at present. See, the car kind of feels like it's lurching, doesn't it? We'll obviously, as ever, cut all of the practice session footage. I'm probably going to edit episode 1 slightly differently to give... Okay, I think I just saw you in chat, actually, Chris. Hi. Hello, mate. Thank you. We're going to put... I'm going to edit episode 1, just like cut some stuff that I normally had in previous years out, so that we can keep things a bit more concise. But we'll see how things go. Was that purple or nah? I got 465. It was not purple. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to race at 105, that's for sure. Even after just one practice session program, I know I'm absolutely going to be well off the pace here. Missed the same one the exact same way the last time. Yeah, Bahrain not at night always does feel weird, doesn't it? Yikes. At present, the handling in 24 is not as favourable as 23. But there are plans in place to significantly improve the gameplay as it currently stands in the not too distant future, based on the feedback that everyone's been giving. Tyre temps are quite high. With the new time model, it's going to be an entirely different prospect, managing tyres, etc. throughout the course of a race. The driving style is going to very much dictate the way that your tyres perform. I think qualifying will give us the best idea of how close, or more accurately, far away we are from our F1 23 pace There we go, that'll be purple. Purple! Thank you, ads. Right. Let's do race strategy first. Frame rate on PC FIFA. The menus are better. The gameplay is okay. It's the cutscenes that have the issue.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Hey. Yeah, bear in mind my lap times are going to be significantly off what they were in 23 to begin with a new handling model. We are considerably down on the delta, aren't we? But that's going to be because I'm not adjusted to F124 yet. We need to lower the difficulty, which we will do between now and qualifying, because rather evidently 105 is going to be too high for me at the beginning of this game cycle. Basically just fucking Tokyo drifted around there. It's going to take a while to get used to this handling model for sure. Braking, the front end is still so responsive, even under braking. It's really quite surreal at the moment. These are my first laps on this version of the game though, and my first laps at Bahrain with this handling model, so it is obviously going to take a while to warm up to the new game. Rather evidently it's going to take a while. That's fine. Yeah, I'm running Renault traction. I'm running the same assists on 24 as I did on 23. Just a case of getting used to the feel of it, isn't it, really? The way you utilise the batteries a lot different this year as well. See that? You turn and it just back end steps. Try between 90 and 95. Okay. The diff is just completely different, isn't it? Like last year you'd have the diff about 50. This year it's so much lower. Getting used to how the car feels mid-apex is going to be a lot different as well. Braking in a straight line is going to be very important. You see how the car just throws itself around there. Full disclosure, I am not going to be very good at the game to begin with. That's what we're here to learn for. Is Bahrain a nice place to live? I've absolutely no idea, my man. I've never been. It is, as they say, wide. Carried far too much speed in there. The audio still sounds a little weird, doesn't it? We're still on cinematic. Yeah, I'm going to change it back to broadcast. That's better. I'm going to have to let the car roll in. It's the mid-corner that I'm struggling with at the minute. I'm alright in most places, but the... See, that's just throwing the car around. Tyre temps are going to be astronomical doing that. And notice how the tyre wear... Actually, you probably can't see it at the moment. Tyre wear is significantly higher on the left side than the right. That's new this year. The way that the tyres will react to the way you're driving and the track. So my front left is the one that's limited here. No worries. Chris, catch you later, dude. Thanks for dropping in, man. I'm not even going to bother. We will change the difficulty between practice and apparently my tyre life looks good, which is not normally the way. We'll change the difficulty between practice and quali. I'll drop it to 95 and see where we are there. Yeah, let's not get political in chat, please. This isn't the place for that. We're here to have fun and play video games. Thank you. This is going to be intriguing, isn't it? Quali pace, likes, yikes.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the time.
Do I know what, Daniel?
Doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Yeah, it's going to be more reflective in FP2, isn't it? Catching the braking zone there is odd, isn't it? I haven't changed any controller calibration. No. Everything is it's default for me right now.
That's the test over, but I'm afraid we didn't get
Yes.
what we needed. We're going to have to run it again.
No, we'll just lower the difficulty. That is fine. That is not a problem. 31.7 is considerably off the pace. When you hear that scroll, that sounds like Modern Warfare 2 hit markers, doesn't it? I always show as well, Reese. I have asked about something similar, but not had the opportunity to be that lucky yet.
And that's it. Practice it.
Let's lower the difficulty to 95. I'll go 94, top end of master. And we'll go again. Got an electrical fault, banging, sweet.
Okay, we seem to be having a few software issues at the moment. Sit tight for a few minutes while we reboot some things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see what the controls by default look like. So steering rate is fine as is. I want to lower that to 360 on controller. Actually, I don't know whether upping it might help because it's a bit too pointy. I think lowering it will probably help. Wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. Let's go out on a soft set. We just adjust the fuel. I just want to see how it feels. Doesn't feel as pointy. That feels more like 23, just from a responsiveness at the front end of the car point of view. Still pointy, but not as pointy. Thank you, Ads. Appreciate it. Oof. It is quite drifty in places, yeah. There are significant changes coming to the handling though. So what you see on launch day is probably significantly different to how it will be in a couple of weeks' time. See, I was in a hot lap. The way that you use the battery this is going to be entirely different as well. qualifying is going to be very, very tactical. Evening, Ryan, sir. How are we? It's a 30.9. Significantly faster than we went last time. Eight tenths off Max. Same as Alex in the Williams. .94 was what we had the difficulty set to, and I am about 1/10.5 faster than my teammate right now. So we might not be too far off with 94. We'll retire from session and qualify at 94 and see what we think.
Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
That's not a bad shout, Jack. Alright, we'll skip to qualifying. What I should have done actually is do the quick practice for... So we're skipping to qualifying through the practice programs. You can open the details here as you see from practice. This is a new way of looking at things post-practice for your resource points. I have subsequently lowered the difficulty from 105. Definitely not good enough for that at the moment. We're drawing with our teammate at the moment, which is good. It's better than losing, certainly. And my ratings are... Well, my experience is going up, if nothing else, at the moment. So that's an improvement. It's not as much of an improvement as I might like, but it's an improvement nonetheless. So we've dropped the rating to the difficulty from 105 to 94. Obviously, as we become more accustomed to the game and more accustomed to the new handling, etc., then we can up the difficulty back up, and we will do so throughout the course of the save and, in general, the F1 24 cycle. But here in Q1, on paper the slowest car, we should really be looking to hopefully challenge to get out of Q1 into Q2, but not necessarily expecting to get out of Q1 into Q2. I'm going to put a lot less fuel in, run a minimal fuel run for this first one, and see where we are after the first run. It is indeed you, sir, yes. I'm going to run out of fuel, judging by the way this is going down as well. Low fuel runs are going to be very difficult indeed. My first ever qualifying lap here at Bahrain. Obviously, the way you utilise the battery this year is different now, more realistic, more in line with the real-life sport. I think personally I preferred the more simplistic way it was last year, but certainly this new system offers up more options for you to get one over on your opposition. This is part of the track where I'm really struggling at the minute, but it is one of the more difficult parts of any racetrack on the F1 calendar. 9-10 turn. The way the car just bites when the weight transfer shifts from back to front is going to take a lot of getting used to, as is that lateral movement as well. You saw me start to lose the car there a little bit and dip down under a lap's worth of fuel here. My first qualifying run on F1 24 here in the Bahrain Grand Prix is probably going to put me 6 tenths off my teammate. Yikes. Okay. We go again. my god. Mediums only last... The mediums only last 1 lap longer than the softs. Really? Is that a thing? Or is that a bug? I'll go out again on the same set and then we'll do another run on a new set.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
That was just drift central. There's not much feel there at the minute. Yeah, no, it's the same for everyone at the minute, Ryan. There are some handling changes coming. In the not too distant future. Significant handling changes. But based on the feedback from those that have played the test version in the F1 Design Council, it does fix a lot of the concerns from early builds. Traction control is off,
Okay,
Darren.
we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I have a feeling we're going to need to lower the difficulty yet further still, you know. It's an improvement on a previously scrubbed set of tyres, but not a massive one. Fernando Alonso P1 so far. Okay, I am half a second off my teammate as we stand currently. I'm on 94 at the minute. We were on 105 last year. Certainly finding it an adjustment period, to say the least. Right, I'm going to drive out for this last lap.
We've made some changes to the way that ERS works this year, so you're going to have multiple modes to choose from in the race.
Yeah, middle
now.
sector was poor that lap, wasn't it?
Play around with them in your MFD during the practice sessions and think about
What
how
I
you
should
might
do
use them
actually
on race.
is adjust the commands. Set it to 90 for now. Pardon me. No.
I'll check back with you soon to chat more about it.
Alright, thanks, mate.
we've dropped to P20.
I've always been P20. You go, Lewis. I want to hold you up, pal. Come on, mate. Well done, Lando. Fuck's sake. Apparently brake dragging doesn't really work as a tyre temp raising method anymore. My teammate behind me. You can give me a bit of a tow down the straight.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
There's loads of time there. Went deep. We were a couple of tenths down on Alex Albon in 16th as we went through the first sector. As we go through the second, we're actually 6 tenths up on Alex Albon at the moment, so having a good lap here. And Norris extends in P1. I'll try and use the toe off Kevin all the way to the line. Will we do enough? That was P14. We will do enough. Thank you, Kevin Magnussen, for the toe, my friend. We get ourselves through to Q2 at the first attempt, albeit it did take 3 laps and 2 sets of tyres to do so. I'm actually really pleased with that, because the first 2 laps we set were not great at all, but Kevin helped me get through with the toe, and unfortunately for him, he is out. P19 for Kevin. Daniel Ricciardo, P20. No shock exits. Everyone out that you would perhaps expect to be out, although Yuki not able to get through. Okay. At the front of the field, it's Red Bull, Ferrari, and then the McLarens, Aston Martins, and Mercedes. But that's only Q1. Q2 on the way. Just set a banker lap on this used set of softs. A lot of people's wheel rotation on wheel is about 500. Ryan, I think. Supposedly the sweet spot. I think so. 400 to 500 is kind of the range. I've just lowered mine to 360 on controller and it does feel better. Yeah, basically, as Reese says, higher to mitigate the overly sensitive front end, which, as we say, should be changing sooner rather than later. Thank you for the follow, Hamilton. Welcome to the channel, mate. Right, we will go out. Do I go out on that? There's only supposedly 2 tenths. I might go out on that scrubbed set and have an extra set of new, fresh soft tyres for the race. Cactus, thank you very much for the 36th month subscribed, mate. That's very good of you, my man. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go out on that scrubbed set and save an extra set of soft tyres for the race.
Okay, guys, everyone be aware the car's ready to go.
I think I put the right tyres on. I hope I put the right tyres on. I did, thank Christ.
Two minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on. Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Nice to see that everyone has got space for their lap and that bug of everyone following each other isn't a thing at the moment anyway, having driven out on the lap. Don't know if it's still a thing if you go straight to a quick lap. You physically see the roll in the car as we turn. Our Q2 fast lap. Trying to start somewhere higher than P15 here in the Haas. We shall wait and see whether we have any success in doing so or not. Battery management is going to be key, so we shall try and manage it accordingly. I rode way too much of that curb. I actually had a better run out of 2 at least. We are significantly up. I mean, I need to be significantly up. It was on. The first lap was done on a set of tyres that had already done 2 runs. 6 milliseconds between myself and Lance Stroll. in P11 through the first sector. It is close right now. Change the difficulty to 94, which is at the top end of Master. We might up it to 95 or 6 for the race, which is at the bottom end of Legend, based on this qualifying performance. Always a learning curve at the beginning of the year, and we are learning together here with this first episode. Not a great exit there, but still good enough to earn ourselves a little bit of time, although losing it on the Delta as I've not utilised my battery as well as I could have on this lap. So we will probably lose some time down to the line. I'm going to run out of deployment just before we get there, I think. Very close. It's P14. Well, P14 Q1, P14 Q2. P14 it is then. Slight shock that George Russell is P1 in the session by 3/10. Gasly out in the Alpine. Ocon through in his Alpine. Lance Stroll, Bottas and Alex Albon in the Williams all join me as those that are eliminated from Q2. So I will probably jump the difficulty from 94 to 95, but only just that one tick for the race, and we'll see how things go. Beat my rival, obviously, in qualifying there. Was significantly faster than Kevin Magnussen in qualifying, which is a contributory factor as to why I'm going to up the difficulty, because ideally, you want to be around the sort of pace of your teammate to begin with. And at the moment, we are slightly faster than Kevin Magnussen in that first qualifying session. But it's a case of time. We shall trial, error, probably more error than trial, but we'll definitely nail down the settings that we know that we're going to enjoy for the rest of the cycle, and then we can crack on from there. But so far, really enjoying this to this point. Now then, can we have a good race to go with? That was 94. I'm actually going to put it to 96. Dare I do so. 57 laps of Bahrain on the way. The old F123, sorry, long delay. Weather is approximately only.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to
There are a lot of
round
Haas
one
careers, are there?
of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing
It's actually
their
the
rubber at
front
some point
left
during
I
the
struggled
Grand
with
Prix.
most
Before
in
we
qualifying.
begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race.
So the starting grid then,
Verstappen put in a
unsurprisingly,
fantastic
Max
lap
Verstappen
yesterday,
pops
and
it
he'll
on
start
pole,
from position.
a full
Taking out
3/10
Sergio
faster than
Perez, who
teammate
lines up
Sergio
P2.
Perez.
As we continue
Moving
through
further
the rest
down
of the
though,
grid
how
today,
close
we have
is everyone else to the Red Bull? It is Ferrari 3-4, and then Norris in 5th and Alonso 6th. Everybody other than Max was actually very close there. The Ferrari's not far behind Sergio Perez at all, but Max Verstappen strong. We'll start P14 after
Gasly,
being P14 in both qualifying sessions,
Sargent,
but we'll be very happy to
Magnussen.
take that. Magnussen in
Daniel
P19.
Ricciardo
There's
fills
definitely
the
more
last
pace
spot
in the
on
car than I think Kevin showed in that
Lights out,
first
just
qualifying
moments
session.
away, and
So
alongside
I
the
anticipate Kevin making moves further forward. The question now is, what do we do with strategy? It's probably going to be a two-stop race, but I would probably prefer to start on the mediums. I see the mediums don't last much longer than the softs here. apparently just a single lap. So there's really not much between that whatsoever. So it may well be soft, soft, hard here. I don't know whether it's a bug for the medium tyre being just one lap further in distance than the soft in terms of its degradation, but it's half a second a lap slower. So we might have to take soft tyres a very long way. Soft, soft, hard is probably the ploy. I'm not sure what to do with fuel, obviously, but at the moment we have a full 110 kilos in the car, so hopefully we don't have to save too much fuel. Everyone else is mediums at the front and softs at the back, other than some hards, intriguingly. Both RB cars on the hard tyre. That is a brave call. That might not work in their favour. We shall wait and see. We'll go softs first. It is slower to 3-stop, so we'll definitely 2-stop, and soft, soft, hard probably. But if we can extend, then we will. Multi-stream, Darren. Multi-stream and watch both. Right. I'm going to have a quick toilet break. And then we will get all 57 laps hopefully done in the moment. BRB. I'll call the room down whilst I'm at it as well, actually. we can run a prediction if you'd like to run a prediction. Would you like to run a prediction, chat? Start a prediction. Where will Chase finish? P14 or higher, P15 or lower. Will we go forwards or backwards during this first Grand Prix of the new season?
Okay, pull the clutch in, hold it there until the start. Let's build the revs up and hold them.
We do indeed have faults on, yes.
Clutch out, we're green. Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can. No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
That's good. I still feel like I'd lock up way too much with no ABS fits. Tyres aren't warming up very well, are they? Okay, tyres as warm as we're going to be able to get them. In the mid-70s here with these softs.
Superb
4.7
parking
metres.
there, mate. Let's make sure
4.7
we get
metres.
the edge
Not
of
great,
the surrounding
but not
drivers
terrible.
as the lights go out.
Here comes our first race start on F124 ever. Go. Anti-stall. Fantastic. Drop the clutch too late. Or too soon even. There's a gap I'm going to try and fit in there. I'm not going to fit in there. I'm going to back out of it. Well, that wasn't ideal. Yeah, away we didn't go as it happens. Imagine everyone else is going to burn their battery quite considerably. Learning how best to utilise the new battery system is going to take some work as well. I'm going to try and challenge Zhou Guan Yu for that. I'm going to try and challenge here though. I'm going to throw up the inside of the RB on the hard tyres.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Try and avoid the Williams as we go a little bit deep there. And then try and straighten those speedways. He's got me at the minute. Can I get around the outside? That's the question. Slightly deeper on the brakes. Try and challenge. Not got it. Was tucked back in. And we go again. Okay, not a great first lap, but after the way we started, it certainly could have been worse. Now, new rule this year, of course, in real-life Formula 1. DRS activated after a single lap, not two. Thankfully, we're very much still within DRS range of the car in front.
DRS is being enabled this lap.
Just.
We can use DRS with
now not.
Second of the car ahead and in the
Yikes.
DRS zone.
A change in the lead though. A Ferrari has taken first spot. We might just have snuck back within there. We did indeed. I need to charge my battery back up though. Fuel seems okay at the moment. Not really losing too much or gaining any. And we anticipate getting lapped at some point as well. Don't yet know how we're going to be tyre life wise compared to everybody else. But at the moment, still keeping ourselves within DRS range of Logan Sargent in front, which is going to be important. Hopefully we can lose those behind. Notice the little blue icon above Kevin Magnussen's car. That's to denote that he's my rival. And the colour of it, I believe, is either the intensity or the sort of rival he is, whether that's teammate, championship or driver rating, or whether it's normal, very intense or not quite so intense. Not sure what the different ratings are for rivalries, etc. But I'm going to need to charge my battery again a bit, because we've used a lot of it there to try and stay within. We haven't quite been able to do so. P17 after a couple of laps is okay. It's not terrible.
Okay, you're losing a small
7% on the rears. 7% front left, and my front right is fine. Look at the DRS there from Zhou and Yuki Tsunoda. Two of them getting side by side here. So we'll have DRS now. And we'll try and do a double move of our own. Mr. Zhou Guanyu, he's gone defensive. Oh, contact! You are literally driving into me, mate. What was Yuki? He went for the switchback and then just kept driving. Where am I? Here I am. Oh, actually we're at 96 right now, Mr. Player. We adjust those commands once more. AI. Difficulty. Oh.
The formation.
Yes. Formation, that? Go away. Flashback. I won't take the positions now. Oh my god, the run on me that Daniel Ricciardo got there. Excuse me, sir. He's fighting it. He really is fighting it hard, Daniel Ricciardo. But we will eventually take the position. Or maintain the position, should I say, more accurately. It's that sliding mid-corner that I'm struggling with right now. We're in DRS range of Yuki. He's now not in DRS range of the cars in front, but he might have more battery than me. Judging by the way he's gapping. The answer is yes, I might be running too much rear downforce, of course, as well. Daniel's fighting me hard here. I need to charge my battery a little bit, I think. I'm basically in hot lap the whole time at the minute. They really gap me here. Still got DRS on Yuki. Definitely using more fuel now. The gap is coming down with DRS when I'm on medium, which is good to know. Slightly deep on the brakes, but it's okay. Just managing everything at the moment. Tyres are getting quite worn. My engine is hot. Very hot. That is not going to be good for reliability. So I'm going to have to run out of the dirty air of the car in front for sure, to try and cool that down. And it's going to have a massive impact on our overall engine power. I'm going to try and run in some cooler air if I can. Good that we've noticed that at least kinda early on. I'm sure the battery usage will have an effect on that, or will have had an effect on that. Just using a bit more battery to try and get within DRS Yuki here, but Daniel's having a look at me now. Do still have DRS. Probably going to end up dropping the difficulty down a little bit more. Maybe 94 was actually the sweet spot in terms of my own performance compared to the AI. Oh, rear tyres really kicking out on me there. We're now just out of DRS range of Yuki Tsunoda in front in the RB on the hard tyres. As our softs are almost certainly considerably more worn than his right now. Definitely fuel is going to be a concern at the end of the Grand Prix as well without a safety car. So we are going to have to factor in some fuel saving at some point too. And it really is the learning curve of all learning curves in this first Grand Prix on the brand new game. And it is appearing to be a rather steep learning curve as well. Thank you, Xbox On, for the raid. Very, very kind of you, everyone coming across and wishing me happy birthday. It's very good of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Welcome in the 222 of you that have joined us. Appreciate it, guys. Who was on today? What were we streaming? Fat Chops, thank you for the follow, mate. I get the feeling I probably should have left it on 94 difficulty and not upped it to 96. Don't you? Different. F1 24 is certainly different to 23. Notably so. They want me to go to lap 19 on this set. These tyres are going to be worn AF, and I've just realised that I've been distracted. Oh, Diablo 4 again, was it? I'm so distracted I've been using my battery there when I didn't want to, which is going to absolutely kill me now. Bye, Daniel. It's fine, we'll take the DRS. And I'm going to have to try and charge my battery up now. My tyres are not having a great time right now around this Bahrain circuit at all. So much, they're on the power so much better out of 2 than I am. sliding around so much. Some of it is probably the tyres though, more so than the new handling now. I don't know how strong or not strong the undercut is going to be on this year's game as well, and where the tyre drop off comes percentage wise. I've definitely got some weak points around this circuit for sure. If we can just tag on to the back of Daniel for a bit, and that would very much help in keeping our race intact. I've just noticed that the gaps to Ocon and Zhou Guanyu have started to come down a little bit. I imagine that's because they're battling quite hard. You can see them going side by side into turn one, right at the very end of the straight there. They are battling quite hard, and in turn it's helping us close the gap on them, which is bringing our race back to us. The gap in front of them is quite sizable. K-Mag right at the very end of that DRS train at the moment, hanging on for dear life in a car that didn't seem that competitive in qualifying, but maybe it wasn't me outperforming Kev, it was just Kev having a poor qualifying performance, and maybe 94 was the right difficulty setting for us. We shall try 94 again in Jeddah in episode 2 and see what we can do. But still all to play for here. It's not like we're half a minute down behind everyone. Still competitive enough right now. Engine is hot though, and it does make me worried. Yeah, I could maybe consider taking a little bit of front wing out of the stops. They really burn down here. No other stoppers yet. A challenge, Curbs. A challenge. For sure. Difficulty rating is going to have to come down for me, I think. I'm glad I didn't come into this at 105, though. Imagine. Under braking, I'm just terrible. And then they're so strong in a straight line. But I think some of it might be setup related. Completely new handling model. Completely new game. I am running an SRC setup at the minute, Curbs.
Okay, there are 47 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, that's a shame, because there's a lot more actual laps remaining. Fuel is going to be an issue. I don't need to do that over that curb, that's for sure.
Okay, mate, engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now, please.
Yeah. Got a new objective. That's brand new this year. Keep the engine staying... Oh, avoid, sorry, the engine staying above 149.6 degrees for 10 seconds per lap. At the minute, it has come back down. It was up at 146, 147-ish when we were tucked right up behind everyone else. Thankfully, it has come down since we've fallen off the back of the RBs, so we should be able to do that objective quite comfortably. That will help with our reputation. My overall race pace right now isn't going to help with my reputation, but we're not too far behind the other soft runners, Ocon and Zhou. We have obviously lost some time, and we would like to be more competitive, but we're not miles off where we need to be. King Footy, thank you for the follow, mate.
Gap to your teammate ahead, 11.1 seconds.
Thanks. Yeah, the weird thing is the medium tyre wear, Ali. Mediums apparently only last one lap longer than the softs, which I'm sure has to be a bug. Because then the hards last... It says the mediums last 18. Sorry, it says that the softs last 18, the mediums last 19, and the hards last 35. Right, now those in front are starting to draw back in to those other soft runners. Ken B, thank you very much indeed for the second month subscribed, mate. It's very good of you, my man. A lot of understeer there.
We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip any time now.
Really starting to struggle with the front left.
Okay, there are 45 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, fuel is a real issue. Fuel is a real issue. And I'm now starting to bleed time. Hopefully there's a second phase to the tyres and they come back to me, but at the minute, it doesn't look likely. You might be, Curbs, yeah. Drop Yorit a message.
Gap to the car in front, 5.3 seconds.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the car in front's fuel situation is like.
Ricardo ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 5.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Your last lap time, 1:35.1.
I wonder whether an undercut might work. It's a bug, Kempy. It's easily rectifiable with an uninstall and a reinstall, but yeah, quite confusing, I imagine, when you first load the game up and it's in Chinese. It's so weird seeing the yellow top right. Rather than red. Obviously yellow is the colour used in real life. It's still very odd. Really struggling with that front left now.
There are 43 laps of fuel remaining. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.2 seconds.
It's just a PC issue, yes, not a problem on console with the download language. Really struggling to adjust to the new game. It's fine. It'll come in time. So we're about to complete our objective here on the left-hand side.
Okay, nice
We've
work.
passed that.
Really good job with that target, mate.
Just very much pleased
Okay, we're approaching
the
the pit
engineer.
window. You're going to be on softs. Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of us. 13.5 seconds.
13.5 seconds off my teammate after 15 laps. Says to me that 94 was the sweet spot. And in Jeddah in episode 2, we will race at 94. Quali pace was good. Race pace is not as good as quali pace. So qualifying on 94 in 14th and then racing in 94 difficulty, the top end of Master. Genuinely could be the early sweet spot for us here. Gap closing in now on Ocon as he's fighting with the two RBs here. I'd be tempted to pit on lap 16 and undercut slightly, because at the moment I'm not gaining anything from just sticking to the strategy we were on. I might run the hard tyres next, actually. I'd be sorely tempted to run the hard tyres next and then have a blast on the softs at the end, but I don't know how good a decision that might well be. I shall discuss it with live chat and get back to you. Chat, what are we saying? What do we think? There is an early boxer. It's a Mercedes. It's George Russell who's gone to the medium tyre in his second stop, and Esteban Ocon has pulled the trigger on lap 37 as well. I think we pit and drop to the hard tyre and then just try and extend and then blast the softs at the end when we're out of fuel. Decision made. Hard tyre coming up next. Ocon and Russell both going mediums. if our chart was anything to go by, mediums aren't going to last any longer
Car behind on the medium tyre now.
than the softs do. So we will use Russell and Ocon as guinea pigs to decide what tyre we go onto for the final stint. Whether it's a hard or whether it's a medium or whether it's a soft will depend on how far they go on their mediums. Was it just a visual bug and actually the mediums go a lot further than it says that they do? Or was it not? And I also got the bug where I can't talk to the pits. It's not a 3-stop, no, Gemini. It might be, but I don't anticipate it being. Yeah, I now can't talk to the pits. If you guys can remember how to fix that bug from previous games, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 6.2 seconds.
Was it a mid-session save? Really want to lose any time behind George Russell, but we're going to come into the box here. Others are in the box in front of us as well. Gasly's also gone to the hard tyre, which is intriguing, so maybe we are making the right call. A hard C1 tyre on the 2-stop strategy. Here we go. First pit stop of F124. Hopefully I can get my clutch bite better.
Go, go.
Indeed we can.
Stop.
Who knows how much of a factor that was on our poor start if I could have stayed with the pack.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit or receive
Now
a
then.
penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
I'm going to try and go long. Intriguingly, I think those front runners were all on mediums anyway. Those front runners that boxed off their mediums, that boxed and have gone to mediums, started on mediums. They did indeed. So those medium tyres just aren't lasting very long. Maybe that's the thing here. Who knows?
They've pitted as well, so we've got to warm up our tyres and get the most out of it. Come on.
Maybe it's not a bug. Maybe the medium tyre genuinely just isn't that good around here, and it's more realistic this year compared to the data that they get from the F1 teams. I don't anticipate that's the thing, but who knows? All I'm doing at the minute is Tokyo drifting everywhere.
This is our true position. We're on the same strategy. They've pitted as well as us, so warm up your tyres and make the most of this stint.
Tyres are warm. I'm just dang, 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 dang. Run every fucking
There are
corner at the minute.
39 laps of fuel remaining. 39 laps.
Alex Walbon in the box.
This is our true position. They've pitted as well, so warm up your tyres and get down the road.
I'm getting down the road as quick as I can, pal. I'm trying.
Tyre condition still looking good.
That's because I've just put them on, mate. This is the new game, Dipu.
Okay, gap to the car
Came out on
ahead,
early access today.
11.4 seconds.
Or rephrase, pre-order early access. It's not like it's an early access version of the game. Definitely doesn't look the same.
Kevin's in the pits. Okay, Joe is in the pits.
Hello, Ads. Thank you, mate. Personal best lap of the race on lap 19 on the fresh tyres. These gaps are just going to grow like crazy though, aren't they, in front of me? Because it's the Champions Edition that's available now to Wonga, the more expensive edition of the game. New and Sergeant fighting in front.
Okay.
Not being able to talk to the pits is going to become annoying, so I'm just going to reload the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Wom, doobie 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 doobie.
Pick up some rubber.
Yeah, there are some changes coming to the handling millet, but it is definitely a steep learning curve in its current state.
18.4.
I had to reload the game, Jahid, because of a bug.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Gap to the car in front, 11.0 seconds. "36 laps of fuel left in the tank, 36 laps.
No retirements thus far, which is a shame. real lack of confidence in the braking zones. Like, significant lack of confidence. I just feel like I don't know what the car's going to do at any moment. We'll use the wheel more this year, yes, but not extensively. Check, concentrate, and go ahead. On the grass
Okay,
for some reason.
ahead, 13.7 seconds.
Me. I feel like Nicholas Latifi right now.
There are 34 laps of fuel remaining.
If we're to make it to the end without saving fuel, we are going to need to get lapped. I need to change the difficulty, Callum. I think on 23 it was the same, wasn't it? Where quali pace was better than race pace. The AI are quicker, but it's also a significantly different handling model that's going to take a long time to adjust to. And a significantly different ERS model that's going to take a long time to adjust to as well, to figure out how to make the most of it, how to best utilize it. And it's race 1 of a brand new
Okay,
game.
mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's make best use of it and make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
Okay, so I've got another mid-race objective,
Okay, gap
which
to
is
the car
actually
in front,
quite welcome at this stage. That's a new
0.4
feature
seconds.
this year. Obviously, we're learning that we've set the difficulty too high for race pace as opposed to quali pace. In this first race of the season, we will be sticking to 94 as we had it in qualifying for the next round in Jeddah. But we had the mid-race objective to try and maintain engine temperature.
Come on.
And now, we've had another mid-race objective pop up to achieve a lap time of 34.5. You'll notice top right, my fastest lap of the race so far is a 34.4. And I also was faster than ever before, a personal best in Sector 1, because it's green, but not a personal best in Sector 2, because it's yellow. Yellow replacing the previous red from other iterations of the game to replicate real life. Can we do it first time around? No, we're significantly off. But if Yuki comes out in front of us here, we can utilise... He's going to come out just behind me here. We can utilise some DRS off the back of Yuki Tsunoda. And hopefully, you never know, achieve that lap time. He's put for the first time off his hard tyres that have gone 24 laps. We're trying to take ours about a similar distance, I think. Where are you going, Chess?
Okay, we've got 31 laps of fuel remaining.
Ricardo and the other RB also changing his tyres. We're going to get DRS here off the back of Yuki Tsunoda. So whilst at the minute we're not that bothered about the position, it would be great now to try and utilise that DRS to go for that objective of the lap time. Hopefully without too much hindrance from the RB in and around us.
Brilliant, nice move, keep going.
He says, as he's struggling to see off the RB and getting hindered a little bit. Wait and see. Wait and see if it works. I've got loads of battery as well, that will help. If I save that for the next lap maybe, then blast past them with ERS. I've already gone on this soft tyres. The way they blast off that corner is absurd. So fast. Working really well in our favour, and then the back end stepped on me mid-corner. Lost all my momentum. Just able to get back in DRS range for this part of the track.
So we've got 29 laps of fuel remaining.
We'll use a lot of battery here. To then try and have some slipstream down this last straight before the start-finish line. Two personal best opening sectors. Can we get the target lap time? Looking for a 1:34.5, and we get a 33.9, give or take a tenth of a second or a hundredth of a second. So we utilised the DRS off the back of Daniel Ricciardo very well there, and the saving of our battery to get that mid-race objective, which again will help our reputation. So we're minimalising the damage here. Yes, we've got the difficulty set too high for this first race of the brand new game, but having the opportunity to at least maintain a little bit of dignity from achieving these mid-race objectives, and then in the next race in Jeddah just leave it at 94 and hopefully be more competitive. Just about half race distance at this stage now, coming up to the end of lap 28. Yeah, I always say minimalising, I don't know why, rather than minimising.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.7 seconds.
Still a considerably long way away from getting lapped at the moment. Fuel is going to be a giant concern at the end of this race. Not yet, Brad, but it is going to be.
Okay, so we've got 27 laps of fuel remaining. 27 laps.
Tyre temp's alright though.
Okay, start actively conserving fuel please, or we won't be finishing today. You need to be lifting off the throttle as you approach a corner. Let the drag slow you down a bit before you start active braking.
Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it?
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 4.3 seconds.
So we will be lapped by the end of the race. But I'm still going to need to save some fuel. we are in danger territory of just running out of everything. Front three at the moment are Verstappen, Leclerc and Norris. Yes, Checo currently P9, although he's running a hard tyre middle stint.
Okay, 25 laps of fuel left. 25 laps. Battery charge is high. Let's use that
Just about to
overtake
use
button
it.
a bit more.
Sid, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, mate. Appreciate it, bro. Welcome in. Yeah, F2 career sounds like a good plan, Tawonga.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
I'd rather not, actually.
6.1 seconds.
Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. It's probably just as well I'm not in F1 on Career Series at the moment, because I would be an absolute embarrassment right now. Okay, second round of pit stops, and those medium runners have only done very, very similar, if not identical, stint on the mediums to that they did on their softs. So, safe to say that it's not a visual bug. It is either a full bug, where the medium tyre doesn't last anything more than a lap more than the soft, or it's by design, and genuinely at Bahrain, the medium tyre is absolutely atrocious compared to the hard in terms of wear, and absolutely atrocious compared to the soft in terms of relative wear to pace. So the medium tyre effectively is just one that you want to completely and utterly avoid if you have the opportunity to around here. We do have the opportunity to do so because we've got enough soft tyre sets left from not making it out of Q2 and from doing not as much practice as we ordinarily maybe would have done. So we could just run 2 sets of softs in the race as opposed to 1 set of softs and a medium. Do have mediums available to us because we haven't used the set that was available in qualifying, but obviously not planning on using it at all now. I am worried about fuel to the end of the race from here. Something we're going to have to monitor. Unless there's a safety car, we might be in trouble. We are going to have to save some. I do anticipate getting lapped in this Grand Prix, but it is going to take still quite the effort to not run out of fuel at the end of the race, basically. They don't tend to use mediums in Bahrain, to be fair. That's fair. Might be the genuine reason. Just not a good race tyre here. Here comes Esteban Ocon on his fresh tyres. Contact, big contact with Valtteri Bottas, who has lost the end plate to his wing there. Valtteri Bottas now going to be running at an aerodynamic deficit unless he pits to replace that front wing. His pace is going to be affected. How negatively affected it is, we shall find out, but evidently there, going around the right-hander, he was significantly slower and struggling. We might not finish last in this race. I'd say set AI about 10 lower than you had it on 23 at this stage. Maybe slightly more, 10 to 15 lower. Now, will Valtteri box for a new front wing? Or is he going to soldier on with the damage and try and make the best of a bad job like we are? He's going to stay out with the damage. Valtteri Bottas going to sit there in front of us, and to be honest, I might utilise him a little bit to save some fuel, which could help bring our race back towards us a little bit. Give us the chance to go fully flat out on the soft tyre at the end of the race.
You've got more control than ever over your ERS mode, so play around with them in your MFD.
Yeah, he's really struggling around the right-handers, even on fresh tyres.
Okay, push,
we are
push.
faster.
Go to the car behind. 4.1 seconds.
New handling model, Riley. Game performs differently. Thoughts on the handling at the moment, Jack, are that I don't like it, but they are improving it with a hopefully not too distant patch. And the feedback from those that have used and played that test build is that the handling is significantly better. So it might be a slightly rough launch period but the whole year isn't going to be screwed.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
I can catch the Mullet Man. We are faster than the Mullet Man. But I'm trying to save some fuel behind the Mullet Man.
3.4 seconds.
There's Gasly coming up the pits in front of us.
At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap.
Mullet Man has an aerodynamic advantage. Not with no left end plate, he doesn't. Of course, we still have another stop to make in this Grand Prix. Which at the moment is the issue. I could try and make these hard tyres go to the end. They are only 27% warm. After 20 laps. I could try and one stop. What do we think of that, chat? I could try and one stop. Hang it out. Wait for a safety car if there's one to come. Or even a red flag. Whilst the tyres are lasting and we have track position, there's no point putting ourselves down to P20 for the sake of putting ourselves down to P20, is there? We might as well. Try and hang on to the DRS of the wounded Valtteri Bottas, save some fuel and some tyre life.
Okay, we're approaching.
And try and take these tyres to the end. And then if there's a safety car, we'll be very pleased. At the minute, no signs of even a VSC, let alone a full safety car. But that's not to say there won't be some later chaos.
Okay, mate, Bottas ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on.
Okay, a third in-race objective. Overtake Bottas before lap 46. We have been trying to stay behind him, purposefully. But we will now look to overtake him to get the objective, and then slot right back behind him again. And start saving fuel for a second stretch. But quite happy to have yet more in-game alterations to our mindset. Different phases of the race, ordinarily in 100% race distance Grand Prix anyway, but to have these extra objectives thrown in to keep the race alive in the slightly duller sections, or slightly less action-packed sections in 100% race, actually quite welcome. Well done, Jez. Trying too hard to save fuel there. We will do my team this year, yes, but it will come as the second series of the cycle, sorry. They're starting to have some wear issues now. Oh my lord. The Loon! Thank you very much for a brand new tier 1 sub, mate. Very, very good of you indeed. Appreciate that. Cheers, pal. Now, the issue with one stopping would be that that would mean that we almost certainly won't get lapped. So we are going to then have to save all of the fuel rather than just some of it. At the end of the race, I can always just dip into the box if we find ourselves in a position where we need to save some more fuel. Now Zhou Guanyu and Logan Sargent decided they want to come and join the party. We've lost DRS on Valtteri, which is not great.
Okay, we want you to pit this lap, so push now, push.
We will not be pitting this lap. Look at the difference the battery and DRS makes. That's insane. Zhou Guanyu will have masses of pace on his teammate though. We've still got plenty of time to overtake Valtteri. My tyres are starting to hit a drop-off point in terms of their performance, as you can tell. 30% now on the rears and front left. And the whole one-stop strategy looking like it's less and less fun as time goes on. Valtteri will come back towards us though when he starts battling with his teammate and with Logan. So there's still plenty of opportunity to try and make that position. Joe might even get him here.
And we've got 16 laps of fuel left. 16 laps.
1 second, Jahid. 1 second for DRS. Two Sabres are side by side. Zhou has gotten his teammate now though. Hopefully they start to battle. It looks like they are doing more debris on the track there. Not sure what car that came off. Someone has lost some. Someone has lost some front wing. Whether it's more of Bottas's or some of his teammates or entirely someone else's, we're not sure at the moment. Zhou is past Valtteri now and starting to disappear down the road in front of him a little bit. Sargent now right on the back of Valtteri Bottas. And we're closing back in again.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
Daniel Ricciardo coming out of the pits. Tsunoda even, sorry, coming out of the pits. Still praying for that safety car. Is not presenting itself just yet. Even a VSC just to save the fuel would be nice.
Just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
Yuki is going to be rapid on those soft tyres. Lightning fast. You can just grip up there and then just bites and turns. So strange, feels so unnatural. Really looking forward to the update to the handling. That's Daniel Ricciardo in the pits. May well have been his debris then that was out on track a couple of laps ago, and he's having to box again. An extra enforced pit stop for the RB for a front wing change. We'll be able to check the race director once he's come out of the pits to see if he has changed any of his bodywork. He can't. That can't be an extra pit stop. Surely, just a genuine extra pit stop on strategy for Daniel Ricciardo. I'm certain of it. I'll scroll down. No, it appears to be. Is he doing a 3-stop then, Daniel? No. That's strange. The RB's just not that quick at all then. We stayed out a very long time. No, he didn't really stay out a long time. I don't know why Daniel Ricciardo is so far behind, TBH.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Sugar-free Red Bull. Yeah, Red Bull Zero.
Keep on him, you might make a mistake.
We're not going to get Bottas. I think we can all agree to that now. Despite his damage, the tyre wear has just dropped off a little bit too much for us to be able to maintain the attack. Ooh, steady. Whoa, Nelly. I'd wait for the handling patch, Grizzly, TBH. Someone from the community, Ollie, not someone that's in my community, or someone that is a personal friend, but someone that I have been aware of through the FM community for a couple of years now, from him working with Lelujo. He put out a tweet earlier today asking if anyone needed any work doing, and I was like, well, actually, maybe. Hopefully the F1 content goes down well and earns well, otherwise I might be in a position where I can't afford to keep him on longer term, but Hopefully we can. Yeah, definitely dead. Unfortunately, we're going to fail this mid-race objective. Valtteri, with his wing damage, is still faster than us with our tyre wear, unfortunately, at this stage. 12 laps to go, including the one that we're on. We have made the decision at the moment to push for a one stop. Does mean that I'm going to have to still save 0.7 laps worth of fuel, because I'm not going to get lapped unless I box for a second time, or if there's a safety car. Even a VSC, just to maintain the status quo for a little bit, would really help in saving the fuel. Bahrain, not a massive fuel drinker, but the fact that you need a full fuel tank to even consider making it to the end, a brimmed fuel tank to even consider making it to the end, means that despite the fact we haven't drunk loads of fuel, we've drunk just a little bit too much regardless. So certainly something to monitor for future races, to see if that's track specific or whether that is something that is the characteristic of this Haas car for the rest of this season, and perhaps then in the R&D aspect of the career mode we could look to improve this car's fuel efficiency moving forward for the rest of the season. That would hopefully in turn make us more competitive. Tyres nearly at 40% now with 11 laps to go as we complete lap 46 of 57. It's been a long slog opening Grand Prix in the desert, but it's a brand new game with a brand new handling system. And this is always the way of things with 100% race distance stuff. You can't just dip out of a 25% race and go and change it for the next one. You are committed. But I love the 100% race distance stuff. I am committed. Hopefully you guys are finding the content entertaining nonetheless, with the way that we can edit the footage together. And obviously, as we say, moving forward, we will maintain 94 at the top end of Master rather than sneaking into the bottom end of Legend for the difficulty level. And we should be in a good spot, I think, moving forward until either the handling gets patched or we just become more familiar with the game, the new handling model, the new ERS system, and become better at getting it. But effectively, especially driving as my own person, we are a rookie in every aspect of the word here in this 2024 Formula 1 season. I don't feel quite Mazepin-esque in terms of racecraft, but slightly in terms of pace. But we have the capability to alter that and make ourselves artificially slightly more competitive with the difficulty level. But I don't imagine anyone, or a very minute percentage of people, will be able to maintain their difficulty level from F1 23 to F1 24 at the very beginning of this new cycle. Be very surprised. Very surprised indeed. Maybe those that race at 110 and are just gods at the racing games anyway. Perhaps, but I am not one of those. We do not know when the patch is coming out, no. As soon as they can get it to us, I imagine. Yes, it was a full... This has been a full brimmer race. This was 110 kilos worth of fuel and by default it had me under fueled by 0.16 of a lap, I think. We are starting to close back in on Valtteri. I wonder if his tyres are starting to hit the initial drop-off point, or his damage is getting worse and we're starting to reel him back in. If we do, I would very much like to save a significant portion of fuel, please. Either that or we will box on lap 54
At the moment, the car behind is lapping faster
and go for a
than us by around
fastest
a
lap
second
attempt
a lap.
with a fresh set of softs on very low fuel, which is almost certainly very much unlikely. Tua, thank you for the follow, mate. Welcome to the channel. Safety car now would be delicious. There are a number of cars that are gathered together at different points of the track, but no one's showing any signs of making massive mistakes, nor is anyone really showing any signs of poor reliability either, unfortunately.
Okay, we've got 7 laps worth of fuel remaining.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's definitely more than 7 laps worth of race remaining. Question is, can I save 0.75 laps worth of fuel in 7 laps? I don't think so.
We're slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum.
Right, I'm going to commit to trying to save the fuel then. Nah, there's no point. There's no point.
Overtake now. Come on, push hard.
Because Daniel will get me anyway. We'll finish P20 and a lap down regardless, because he has now been lapped. Although I did gain quite a considerable portion of fuel back there. Okay, new target. Not to finish last. Seven laps to go.
Okay, car behind trailing us. 7.2 seconds.
I might be in a position soon where I can forget about fuel saving because I'm going to get lapped, and also hopefully maintain the gap to Daniel. I've saved enough that I could push flat out to the end now. And they should catch me. And hopefully I'll be able to stay ahead of Daniel. Operation Don't Finish Last might still be possible. Even on a difficulty setting that's too high for us. Got no ego issues in admitting that a difficulty setting is too high for me. Ultimately, my main aim is to create entertaining content, not to race at the highest possible difficulty setting.
Blue flag.
Very early blue flags. Through at the hairpin.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps.
And then
of fuel
try
remaining,
and sit in
5
DRS
laps
as
of
long as I
fuel
can. Dragged along. To defend from Daniel. Take me with you, Charles! Take me with you! And we also get front row seats to the battle for the win here in Bahrain. Albeit probably not for long, but still. Please give me DRS. I'm not going to get it, am I? No. Sag. Hopefully Daniel's tyres are dying.
You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
Yeah, we only need to get to lap 56 now, though, not lap 57. So that second a lap, hopefully, will help us maintain the gap. I pray, anyway. And in terms of tyre wear, these hards have lasted phenomenally well. Daniel's used softs, or Daniel's softs, will now be as used or as quite close to a similar wear level to our hards. So provided I can not drive like a moron in these last few laps, you might well be able to not finish last, and by more than a couple of seconds as well.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
No. If all my tyres were the same as my front right, that'd be lovely. Unfortunately, they are not.
Okay, gap to the car ahead, 6.8 seconds.
Thank you, D-Wise. Appreciate it, dude. Yellow flags in front. Oh, it's probably just for. It's probably just. Oh, 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 oh. I thought maybe no late safety car. when we've just been lapped, but no, it was just Bottas. It was just Bottas letting the front two through. Oh, that'll get your heart racing a little bit more, won't it?
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Yep, and we have 2 laps of race remaining. We start lap 55. The leaders are on lap 56.
Lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up.
Only because he let the others through. No. Hang on, tyres. Hang on. Yeah, tyre temps are all over the place. Look, 103 and 102 on the rear, but 94 on the front right. It's going to be a lot more realistic.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.0 seconds.
As we start our final lap, the gap in front between Max and Charles Leclerc is growing ever more. Charles gave it a good old battle to try and win this Grand Prix, but in the end he's going to have to settle for P2. Those front two are a long way clear of, actually as it seems on the minimap, Fernando Alonso in P3. Then Sergio Perez, who was running down in 9th at one point, now up to P5, so a good recovery from him. Then it's Lando and his McLaren, and you can see coming down the penultimate straight there, Ferrari and the Mercedes side by side. Which Ferrari, or not which Ferrari, which Mercedes is the lead Mercedes, I don't know. It's Ferrari, Mercedes, Mercedes, McLaren. So Sainz, insert Mercedes driver, Oscar Piastri. And positions are changing hands here late on. As you can see there, the Mercedes, the lead Mercedes now through, and the McLaren trying to chase the secondary Mercedes. I know battery charge is high, but by pulling off a one stop here, despite being out of our comfort zone with difficulty, we are going to be able to not finish last, which is an accomplishment, I think. And knowing that about where we were for qualifying seems to be a decent position, at least for qualifying, and that race pace is less competitive than qualifying pace. We'll go back to where we were, and hopefully Jeddah will have a bit more on-track action for you. But this first episode of the brand new F1 24 driver career really is actually more about the off-track stuff in this first episode anyway, with the new functions and mechanics in the game. P19 for us on debut in Bahrain. Ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, we managed to pull off a one-stop, which is also probably good information for you guys for your own career mode saves. A one-stop is doable around Bahrain. And who finished ahead in that Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren battle? That's what I'd like to know at this stage. It was Lando Norris from George Russell and Carlos Sainz from Lewis Hamilton. George from Carlos Sainz, Lewis from Oscar Piastri in the end. Sainz with the fastest lap of the race. K-Mag, our teammate, in P14. And my fastest lap was 8/10 slower than him. In fact, nearly 9/10 slower than him. But we know that the difficulty is not quite right for us here. It was more a case of K-Mag had a poor qualifying than we outperformed because of the difficulty. So we'll see where K-Mag qualifies back on 94 difficulty in Jeddah. But we stay drawing with our teammate with regards to the intensity of that rivalry. Experience goes up, racecraft goes up, awareness and pace as well, and focus too. So we have grown from 65 to 66 rated in this episode, so we have to be happy with that. A DNF bonus. Teammate rivalry gets some boosts to XP for that as well. Dynamic objectives completed as well, but we are not quite where we would like to be. What's going to happen with my reputation? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? It's going to stay exactly where the hell it bloody well was. Okay, that's not a problem though. And with regards to our specialists, we gained some XP there as well. So that's good news. Moving forward, we shall head towards Jeddah, but we'll see if there's anything else off track that's new before we get there. And it seems like there might well be. Jacko, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub for the 6th month, mate. We have goals available for multiple specialists now moving forward for the next race weekend. So we can complete any session with the fastest lap time or reach 170 miles an hour or higher for 30 seconds. That's absolutely doable at Jeddah of all places, isn't it? So we'll set that goal. Goal available is here as well for the power unit consumption. Achieve a position of 19th or better in qualifying. Quite happy to do that. I feel like we're confident enough of being able to pull that out the bag. And complete 10 laps during a race weekend or perform 250 gear shifts during a single session. All of which are comfortably doable because of the nature of the 100% race distance that we do. So all of those specialists are set. We don't yet have a quality assurance tester. We don't yet have a strategy analyst, but that is yet to come. So do join me for episode 2. Like I say, there will be a bit of a gap between episode 1 and episode 2 as I'm editing this one, and the person that just very kindly subscribed to the Twitch channel, Editor Chris or Editor, will be editing episodes 2 and onwards. So once that system is up and running, then you guys will have very consistent Formula 1 content here on the second channel. So do make sure that you subscribe to the Chesno Plays channel. Of course, come and join me live on stream as well. You'll be able to see that edited content earlier in full on stream, on Twitch and on YouTube as well. So very much looking forward to having you with me live too. Getting some more resource points here as we push towards Jeddah, but obviously at the moment we're not able to improve the R&D at present because we don't have enough resource points to do anything else. But K-Mag has upgraded the rear downforce, which is very kind of him. So between us as a team, we are very much building and improving this car. Gearbox has also been done by K-Mag 2. No sign of fuel consumption at this stage. So that's certainly something we're going to have to keep our eye on as we move forward throughout the races. And maybe potentially upgrade there. But with more experience, maybe it's just track specific. We shall wait and see. Join me in the next one in the next couple of days for Jeddah. It will be live today as you see this on YouTube. So, like I say, links in the description down below to join me on stream. But for now, for episode 1, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
I hear a very unhappy baby.
Right. It is... What is it? Christ, it feels like it's hot. Yep, 29 degrees in the office right now. I'm going to go offline if you don't mind. F1.1. I'm going to go and edit that first episode. Get it live for tomorrow morning. And then we're going to push forward from there, moving forward with Chris's very kind help. So we are not doing another race right now, Jahid. No, not when it takes 3 hours or so to complete a race weekend. We will, however, be doing more F1 tomorrow. And, of course, more FC24 Realistic RTG career mode tomorrow as well. So join me for that. I'll send you guys on a raid. We had a couple of very kind raids earlier on today from Bateson and from Xbox on as well, which is beautiful. And considering we've hired Lelujo's editor, let's send you to Kev as a sign of community. Go and join Kev on Football Manager for the rest of your evening. Thank you very much indeed for your continued support here on the channel. Moving forward, if you'd like to join a Patreon to help me pay for the editor, that would be lovely. But there is absolutely, of course, no financial pressure on you whatsoever. It's me just joking around. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you join me tomorrow, and I'll see you later.